Hello everyone, my name is Nitzan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today it's gonna be a, how they call it, mukbang, or like a video when you eat. So I have here, I don't know, lots of watermelon. I have already had watermelon juice, a little bit of grapes and celery juice today. And this is my second meal, you can say, but I kind of like to eat first meal mostly juices and then fruits and vegetables in the second meal, like half an hour of drinking juice and then a few hours after fruit meal and then an hour after salad or vegetables, or just eat the fruit and then start making the meal. And I wanted to share with you that I made today a story of what is your favorite fruit, asking on the story. And yeah, I wanted to share what is mine, because I'm gonna make this video just fun and talk and ramble. So you're welcome to join me for my lunch and hear stories about fruits. So for many years, since I was born, I think I was born in a village that was growing grapes, and there was always figs and mangoes sometimes, and I remember lots of grapes. I remember loving grapes. That was my favorite food. And watermelon was nice and melon was nice, but with time, you know, you get used to that same rice and bread and cucumber and tomato, and it all tastes the same. It's like processed food is always gonna taste the same. That's what McDonald's want you. They want you to come back to the same flavor and security of that taste. And it's not normal in nature to have the same taste, because every mango is gonna taste different, because every mango is gonna be different, and every grapes is gonna be a little bit different than the other. And it's so exciting when you're passionate with exploring that. So because it's endless flavors and tastes, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I feel like I'm so glad and grateful to be born in a place that has such a great logistic. If we want to, we can obviously make it better. Great production of fruits and vegetables, even if they made in the lab or whatever. We are gonna be able to experience stuff that nobody else have ever experienced. Or I'm sure I already did experience more fruit than my grandma or my mom even. It's already a step, like a huge step in human nature. A huge step. To imagine that I experienced more fruit than my ancestors ever had. It's like a different generation. We are in a different dimension of where they've been, because for them to eat a grape or to eat food availability was not the same 100 years ago. So we need to be grateful for it and to enjoy it in the highest level, because it's my drug of choice, let's say. It's everyone's drug of choice, because it's the closest thing to your emotions. Yeah, you can go fruitarian and not fruitarian, brutarian, sorry. But I think it's it's just a distraction of enjoying life, because you don't know how to enjoy it and you're so addicted to it, and you believe that you can get high of breathing. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I can see how it works, but I want to enjoy the fruits God gave me, the communication, the tools, the senses, the eyes, the taste, the smell, in the highest level. And I want them to walk in the highest level. And that's the reason that I eat fruit. And that's because it's the highest level of communication with nature. thing that gets you closer and closer to nature every time you put it in your mouth, because it just feeds those senses and feeds those places in the brain. I can rumble for hours about those things because it's spirituality within our food is very, very important. We don't see it as something spiritual. We don't see it as something that is for our needs to be satisfied. Instead, it's something we need to cover up those feelings that are mostly irritations in the body and discomfort. And it comes from making the wrong decisions and taking the wrong choices over time, again and again and again. So, what is my favorite fruit? Right now, at this moment, where I am at, I think it's watermelon, because it's just so abundant, so affordable, so cheap, so tasty that I haven't had. I was living in Thailand for a year and 8 months, and I was living in Costa Rica for 8 months or 10 months. But here today, the last few weeks in Israel, the watermelons are like a gift from nature. That are like, every one of them is so like a candy. The melons are watermelon, melons, lychee, grapes, figs there. It's hard to put one, but it's watermelon definitely right now. Because I have lists of, okay, what is my favorite fruit in Thailand? What is my favorite fruit in Costa Rica? What is my favorite fruit in Israel? What is my favorite fruit in the whole world? What is my favorite food right now? What is the top 3? What is the top 5? What is the top 10? You can ask that question in so many ways that it's so funny. So let me get started with this lovely watermelon so I can continue having saliva to talk to you. So I'm gonna take a few bites, talk to you, and then I'm gonna eat and maybe come back, maybe not, but stay tuned if you wanna join me for my lunch. Thank you for joining me. This is so soft, so sweet, so crunchy. It's like someone designed that to be a candy for human and to nourish it, because the water is going to be absorbed in your cell and you're going to become a watermelon. And when I'm saying that is, imagine how much water percentage there is in a watermelon and how much water percentage there is in bread. You are what you eat. I don't drink barely water. I just eat watermelon and drink watermelon. And in Thailand, my favorite fruit, probably durian, and then champada. But to eat on an everyday base, it would be dragon fruit. It's like a fruit that you wanna eat like as a cake, like as a candy that you're excited for, but you cannot eat it every day because durian is too fatty, and champada maybe you can eat, but it's like too stimulating, let's say, and too heavy sometimes. But to eat every day, I would choose dragon fruit, probably in season. It's like eating flowers, it's like eating a rainbow, it's like eating a cloud of colors, and fluffy and tasty and sweet and juicy and red and white and yellow and wow. And in Costa Rica, what is my favorite fruit in Costa Rica? They had very good mangoes, but it's hard to say because it's like the quality is quite balanced. So there is no like maybe mamoncino, rambutan. I'm playing on the gray area of life, so it's hard for me to make choices. It's not black or white. It changes all the time. There is no I love you forever and this is let's get married. There is no that. Because certain personalities like to choose and to have the choice. And I like to have the choice of, okay, I don't get attached to one fruit because today this watermelon is amazing and tomorrow it sucks because it's out of season. So you follow your own intuition by following the season. And it's not up to me to choose if it's watermelon right now that is my favorite fruit. Watermelon is up to choose that because he is the best right now. He is being chosen by giving and supplying my needs in the highest level, and it's not up to me. It's the communication with nature, and it's not a decision that I made. It's just a result. You see what I mean? It's a result. It's not a thought. It's a result of an action that brings you into this thought. So I ate the watermelon. I knew that I felt that it satisfied my needs at the highest level. And now I'm choosing it as my favorite fruit because the communication and what it gives me, it is what it is. So tomorrow it might be, I don't know, bananas and plums and peaches and I don't know, avocados, because they're gonna be in season and they're gonna provide that same thing. So you need to be tuned with nature, you need to be tuned with seasons, you need to be tuned with yourself and your taste buds, because tomorrow they're gonna start producing watermelons that are out of season and they're gonna taste like shit. So I'm not gonna say this watermelon is tasting so good and it's my favorite fruit, because it's not. So you have to be flexible. You have to understand that life is no black or white. There is no only eating one same thing for the rest of your life. It would be boring as hell, but we need to understand that we are eating to live and not living to eat if we are in our conscious mode. So I need the watermelon. Of course there is other options. I could eat other things, but this watermelon right now where I am at is gonna provide the highest levels of nutrition, water content, life force energy, however you want to call it, for me, because it is right now in season and I communicated with nature and experience that I know that in summer watermelons are in season, so I know they're gonna be better. And it's an experience, but it's also a communication and senses that we have. Crazy. I took a walk this morning and I see how many fruit trees are everywhere in this village, and I'm very surprised that people barely take care of them. They take care of those who produce for money, yeah, and they spray chemicals on them because they don't know better. They don't know, let's say you can go organic. If you learn how to grow organic, you can choose to weaken your trees that nourish you by adding chemicals and making them dependent on it, or you can let them, you can train them and feed them in the highest level so they are not sick and they don't have problems, so they are strong enough to take care of themselves. This is the same way we do. instead of building a good base of our life, of our body, with the right foods, we choose to go and look for someone else to fix our problems instead of changing what we do. And it's everything to do with what we do. There's no chemical solution for those problems. It's lifestyle related. And it's the tree lifestyle that they have to use chemicals because it's dependent on it. It's sick. If it's not, it's weak. The soil, the enzymes, the life force in the soil is dead because they've been spraying it. So they add chemicals to support the tree so it produces. So they need few certain chemicals to produce, but it doesn't give all. It doesn't provide 100% of the enzymes and the life force in the soil. It goes into the food. It goes into us because it doesn't have that because the soil is kind of dead, and therefore we are sick because we eat sick plants. So it's very interesting. There is a law. It's called cause and effect. And we are all subject to it. And they trick us and fool us. So I'm gonna continue eating my meal and enjoy my watermelon. And yeah, don't get tricked. If they tell you there is a germ there, look at the crime of the scene and see how did this mass get here and why is it there. Instead, is the germs cause that problem or they are the result? Because they show us the result. They are there, they are not causing the problem, they are the result. So don't believe in scarcity, don't believe in germs. Eat fruits. Choose what is best. And learn what is best for yourself first by going to the experience of eating only raw foods. You're the only one that can give it to yourself. Nobody else can give you that experience. So test an idea. Climb an unexplored mountain. See what few have seen. Try a raw living diet and see the transformation. You'll be amazed. Oh my God, I'm so excited to eat those watermelons. Alright, I'm gonna tell you goodbye. Thank you for joining me. I was happy to share this introduction to my meal video. I don't know if I will film the rest. You will see a little bit of me eating watermelon, but then I will shut it down. So if you want to stay for a few minutes of me eating watermelon, you're welcome. Wow. Wow. זה הלב. זה הכי מתוק. מי שאוכל מספיק אבטיחים יודע איפה החלק הכי מתוק באבטיח. תודה שהצטרפתם, למי שנשאר, שיהיה לכם יום מקסים מלא באבטיחים.